It is about to get way more difficult to invest in LEGO Speed Champions. Here are 5 things you absolutely need to know if you're going to invest in this theme going forward. The first and most obvious thing is that the prices have gone up. Starting in 2023, LEGO increased the price of single car Speed Champion sets from $20 up to $25. And starting in March of 2024, all new releases for the single cars are going up again to $26.99. In the future, if the standard MSRP for a Speed Champion is $25 to $27, well then your retired set at only $30 starts to look pretty attractive. That's a very small premium being commanded for a set that's no longer in production. And guess what? If you can sell that set for $30 and you got it for $16, you are well on your way to doubling your money. This price change is really going to be kind to the outgoing class of 2021 and 22 sets. You're getting the same amount of car for way less money. However, the second thing that you need to know if you're going to invest in LEGO Speed Champions going forward is that after 2020, these sets began appearing in way more retailers than before. What this means is there's going to be way more supply out there in the aftermarket than there has been for Speed Champions in the past. Now, because this increased availability really started in 2021 and 2022, it's just now starting to affect the theme as these sets launched in those years start to retire. It's clear there are some really great looking sets retiring this year, including some with some amazing build experiences, so there's definitely going to be demand in the future. However, what I think people haven't yet realized is there's also going to be way more supply. And so I think what we saw with the 2020 class of Speed Champions, the Ferrari F8, the Nissan GTR, and the Audi Sport Quattro, is not going to be repeated with the 2023 retiring class. This brings me to point number 3, which is that the retiring class in 2023 is way larger than in previous years. In 2021, we had 5 sets retire, 3 of them single cars. In 2022, we saw 4 sets retire, only 1 of them was a single car, the McLaren Elva. And in 2023, with the latest data, we have 7 sets scheduled to retire, including 6 single car sets. We have the last holdovers of the June 2021 class, the Toyota Supra and the Koenigsegg Jesko. We also have some releases from March of 2022, the Lotus Evija, the Ferrari 512M, and then we also have the 7610 Aston Martin Valkyrie AMR Pro and Aston Martin Vantage GT3 set retiring. Those 3 sets launched in March of 2022 will retire with a 21-month shelf life. And the last 2 sets retiring this year are the 76911 and the 76912 Aston Martin DB5 and the Fast and Furious 1970 Dodge Charger. These have the shortest shelf life of all the retiring sets this year at 16 months. So what's going to be different this year with 6 single cars retiring? Well, just like in years past, I do think there will be some lingering availability with certain sets. I was able to capitalize on this in January of 2022 when I picked up the retired 2021 class. We saw this last year with the retired McLaren Elva set that nobody wanted. I think not having a windscreen piece had something to do with that set not selling out quite as fast. You also had the dual pack Corvette that took quite a long time to clear out of Amazon and begin its price rise. So just like in years past, I think the most desirable cars are going to sell out first, which is somewhat unhelpful for investors since the sets with the most demand would be the sets that you would want to pick up the most of. But I think it's safe to say that with 6 retiring single cars this year, at least 1 or 2 of them are going to be completely sold out by New Year's. I have no idea which of the 6 those might be, so we're just going to have to wait and see. I should also mention that nothing I'm saying is financial advice. Please do your own research before partaking in any sort of investment, including LEGO investing. And this brings me to my 4th point, that 2 sets previously fell off the retirement list this year. When I originally made my Speed Champions investment review in April of 2023, there were 7 sets on the list. However, 2 sets did fall off the list, those being the Ferrari 512M and the Lotus set. If we look at the LEGO France site here, we go up to the last chance to buy section. If we filter by theme here on the left, we can see that along with the Aston Martin DB5, there is the Lotus. And if we scroll on down to the other retiring sets, there's the 1970 Ferrari. So while there is a risk that these sets may not retire this year, the other side of that is that there's potentially way more reward in them, as if they retire without too many people knowing about it, it could mean that there's a decreased supply in the aftermarket. And we know from our high school economics class that supply is half of the equation, but the other half is in fact demand. If we search here on Amazon for LEGO Speed Champions and we scroll down, we will see that the Ferrari is selling 3,000 units in the last month. It's currently available on a 20% discount, $15.99. So I'm not sure if it's the price drop that's resulting in this higher than average sales volume or the announcement that this set may be retiring after all. But either way, this set is suddenly selling way more than it has been in the past. And if we look over here at the Lotus, 2,000 bought in the last month, that one's currently available for 15% off at $16.99. Now, unexpected things can always happen on the demand side of things when it comes to LEGO investing. Just look at what happened in the last year with the Mandalorian Forge. But the best way to gauge a set's potential demand after retirement is to look at the demand and the price action seen on that set when it temporarily went out of stock during its shelf life. If we look here at the Lotus, we can see that this set has almost never been out of stock with Amazon, and the one time it did, it looks like it sold less than MSRP. If we look here at the Supra, we can see that a couple times it's been out of stock, the price has jumped up to about $25, nothing too crazy there. Jumping over to the Koenigsegg Jesko, in the first year of this set's life, in 2021, right there in December, it looks like it went out of stock and the price jumped up to over $30. Looks like the highest this set has sold for so far is $33.83. Since then though, the set has mostly stayed in stock on Amazon. A couple of times it has gone out of stock, it has not reached $25. Looks like once here in March that happened, and again the following March, right around April 1st. However, we do have to remember that this set was originally scheduled to retire in 2022 before being held back for another year. Moving on over to the Aston Martin DB5, pretty short shelf life on this set, and when it went out of stock, it's reached closer to $30. Looks like $29.02 is the highest this set has ever sold for. If we look at the Ferrari 512M, this set did go out of stock right around Christmas time of last year, and when it did, it reached a price of $31.50. So that's a pretty encouraging sign for this set. And most promising of all is the 76912 Fast and Furious 1970 Dodge Charger. This set shares its short 16-month shelf life with the Aston Martin DB5, and it looks like on launch this set sold for $45, and the first holiday season it was available here, the second spike, we can see it reached almost as high, selling way over $35. And for the months that followed, it looks like the stock was somewhat in and out, and so the third-party price has pretty much consistently been over $25. And the fifth thing that you need to know if you're considering investing in LEGO Speed Champions is that this theme has been around for 9 years, and it's no guarantee that LEGO will continue to produce sets in this theme. Now, as long as it makes money, I think LEGO will continue putting out sets, but with the price increase and the fact that customers are pretty unhappy about it, I think that if the sales slow too much, the LEGO Group is going to can this theme and stop producing new sets for it. The fact is that whenever this theme ends and buyers are no longer seeing the sets on the shelves, the consumer awareness of this theme is going to take a huge nosedive. There's not going to be new fans getting into the theme, seeing them at their local stores, and then later discovering, oh, this theme has a history, this whole backlog of amazing sets that they could become interested in and potentially want to purchase at a premium price post-retirement. So do I think LEGO Speed Champions is ending after 2024? I don't know. I certainly hope not. But given everything we know about the new releases, their much higher price points, and their way worse value, I think the easy days of LEGO Speed Champions investing, where you could just mindlessly buy every set in the theme that's retiring, are going to be over quite soon. Keep in mind that despite everything we've talked about today, I'm still pretty high on some of these sets. I do think they're going to do quite well in retirement, but I do think people are approaching Speed Champions in 2023 with the same sort of gung-ho, can't-lose attitude that has persisted in other years. I think a lot of first-time LEGO investors are going to be disappointed. So what do you think? Leave a comment down below. Feel free to let me know your thoughts. I love engaging with you guys. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe for more awesome content. Peace out, buy carefully, and have a great day.